Infamous Los, 7th dimension. Faster than 50 search warrant. More powerful than a prosecutor on speed. 2 hits from the bung and he's hiding in a DEA helicopter. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's the New Jersey Weedman pumping everything, doing his thing. Ain't nobody fooling this man, and it's never gonna change. He too clever for him, man. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's the New Jersey Weedman pumping everything, doing his thing. Ain't nobody fooling this man. He too clever for him, man, and it's never gonna change.
At the joint.
Superhero to his gun.
Today is
We're at
the joint. Today's Monday, 6 p.m., November 6th, and here we are once again on a Get On The Cannabis show. Today was a very interesting day to me, and I have my partner here, Debi Madaio. A lot of y'all, especially far away, don't know Debi. Debi's the partner here. She's been my partner here for 5 years here with the joint. And at some point, we were partners and we started doing the... And we became...
I thought you said I couldn't talk about nothing personal.
And we became a couple.
You told me I couldn't talk about anything personal.
Well, we was trying to keep it, whatever. But yeah, hey, Debi is started out as my business partner. And then we got more than that. It's kind of complicated, but hey, whatever.
Now listen, when my book comes out, you can read my book. Or wait for the movie. Wait for the movie.
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about this.
Buy the book.
She's gonna do a tell-all. She's already writing it, a tell-all.
I'm just speaking the truth. I'm the truth.
I hope I survived that. What's up there, Bill Levers? I hope I survived that. Her tell-all is gonna get me.
But people already know. I'm not going to tell anything.
Only a couple people real close. Yeah.
You all know.
Only a couple people. But anyway, Debi, we're gonna have you explain yourself. I do this to every single guest that comes on. So here's Debi Madaio. I just told you from my perspective. She's my partner as far as business. She's my partner as far as everything else.
Oh my God.
And she brought our little dog. We have 2 pit bulls too, but the Chihuahua is the mean one.
I bring Modi everywhere.
All right, yeah, she became one of them ladies that carry a little dog everywhere.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead, Debi, go for it. And you gotta talk loud.
So, I don't know where the guests start. Am I starting here?
You just explain yourself.
From
Who are you?
Back?
Who are you, Debi? I'll ask you questions if you want me to.
Ask me a question.
Who are you, Debi?
My name is Debi Madaio, and a lot of people don't know that I'm an owner of the joint. And I have been an owner we actually came up with the concept together for NJWEEDMAN'S joint.
Yeah, so it could just as easily be Debi and Ed's place or Debi's place. It could just easily be
NJWEEDMAN'S joint. And I don't know if you had the name, but I remember sitting at the counter, and I think Amanda came up with the name, didn't she? To say call it the joint or something? I don't even remember. We don't remember anything. But anyhow, that was, 5 or 6 years ago. So, I had wanted to start my own business because I have a son that's disabled. So I want to have my own business so as he gets older, I can take care of him. So we came and saw this building, and then we looked at the building next door to it, and we're like, wow, that's a restaurant. We should open a restaurant. Now, have you ever you've worked in a restaurant?
I've worked in restaurants.
I've never worked in a restaurant. And we didn't know nothing about it, but we're still here. It's just amazing that we're still here, and we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We still don't with
somebody said they'll buy your book.
Okay, all right. It will be available on Amazon, and you can get it on Kindle version too.
Tina Marie Chalmers said she'll buy the book.
And listen,
no,
and I got hyperlinks, and I got screenshots, and
that's
just, and like I said, I'm just telling the truth. I won't be talking any shit. I'm just gonna be talking the truth. But anyhow, we decided to open the restaurant, and it just evolved. So when we first got here, Trenton was really nice to us, and then they shit all over us. So
yeah, we let the first almost year, maybe the first 8 months, 9 months, something like that. We thought we had a gold mine. Everything was going good. This, that, and the other. It was people coming here. It was crowds. You know, it was like the beginning of the whole destination location.
Yeah.
And then all hell broke loose.
And then the police decided to do, you know, and I'm not going to say what the police do. I mean, I have police in my family, but I mean, the police did what they couldn't do. And like, who do you call when the police are doing something to you that they can't do? Nobody.
Well, you know what? Things were going so good from our perspective. Things were going so good that at first we were closing at 10 o'clock, and then we decided to stay open later, at least till 2. And after we started staying open late, that's when the police started harassing us, saying we had to close at 11. And we were like, I looked at the rules, I looked at the city ordinance, and no, we didn't have to close at 11. But the police wouldn't hear that from me. So I got into it was really my fault, it wasn't her fault, but I got into a pissing contest with the police. Well, actually, I shouldn't even say all the police, because it wasn't all of them. It was Lieutenant Gonzalez. I got into a pissing contest with Lieutenant.
He's retired.
Yeah, he's since retired.
He's since retired.
But he just started all this stuff. He was ordering his officers to come show up at 11, 12 o'clock at night and shut us down. And I was refusing.
Cars away,
they were towing cars.
And
they were giving us all kinds of.
Like when they came to the door and we would tell them what we're doing, we're like, we're not in a residential zone. Like, they wouldn't even listen. And they're like, oh, you just came to Trenton to make trouble. I didn't come to Trenton to make trouble. Like, I'm not like a troublemaker by nature. But we came to have a business. I came to make money. That's what I came to do. I came to make money and have a unique spot. So the police like fucked us up for a while. But that's neither here nor there. We're still here. And they're probably like, some people are probably watching us. And if you're watching us because you hate us, say shout out to you. I don't care if you hate us and you watch. Just like Cardi B says, she loves her haters because, hey, yo, you watch us too and you make the numbers go up. So shout out to all you people hating. Because, like, I don't give a fuck to you.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Actually, I kind of poke my haters all the time.
I don't. Hey, you know what? He pokes his haters and then they come after me. I used to cry. I'm not crying anymore. I'm not crying. But
yeah. But
maybe you get a chapter in my book.
That first year, though, we were doing okay. Then the second year happened. That's what we were just explaining. And then the third year got worse. That was when they locked me up. Yeah, they locked me up on this phony witness tampering charge, a guy named Zev Lapidus.
But the thing with the
ratted on me, and I outed him for being a rat.
But with the witness tampering charge, it's like, oh my God, I begged everybody, cried to everybody, write an article, do this, do that. Nobody would do anything because they said Ed was a witness tamperer. He was facing 22 and a half years in prison for doing nothing, and he'd have done a lot of shit. And you read the book and you'll see. But he did not witness tamper. One thing he didn't do was what they were charging him with. And it was crazy because when you come up against like the criminal justice system, and like I've been arrested before, and I've done some shit in my life, and when I was arrested for something I didn't even do. And I was sitting in the courthouse and I was crying. Everybody's facing 30 years to life and they knew they were guilty and they're all laughing. I knew I didn't do anything. And I was crying and carrying on. I pled out to PTI. I'm telling you, I was scared. I pled out to PTI because I didn't do nothing. And when I went to see my probation officer, I had to do it and do all this shit and everything. I said, this is really inconvenient. And he said, this is to stop you from ever reoffending. And I said, but I didn't do nothing. I come back the next week, say the same thing. Came back the next week, and I said, I can't come here every week. And he said, it's to keep you from reoffending. And I finally said, I'll never do it again. I learned my lesson. He goes, okay, you can come once a month. I was like, okay, well, that was simple. And I still didn't do nothing. So if you're out there watching, whoever you were, the little short man that was my probation officer, who asked me on a date after I was done with my probation, so I couldn't have been that bad of a criminal, I didn't do nothing. Just
wow. Well, hey, listen, that's what happens, man. The criminal justice system sometimes, once it sets their sights on you, that's it. Now, I know I've poked the bear plenty of times, and I've got them to come at me. And sometimes it was on purpose, it's, you know, part of my agenda. You know, even look right now, you know, after I got released from jail in 2018, I was so mad, y'all. I was so mad. I wanted the joint to stay open. I have to tell you something. I have to give Debbie credit. The only reason why this place is still here, why we appear to be the last man standing, we're the last man and woman standing. The only reason why we're still here is because of Debbie. When I was locked up, she made sure the rent was paid, or at least as much of it as she could. We fell behind, but the landlord didn't evict us. We fell way behind.
The landlord didn't evict us, but I had my house foreclosed on. I had 2 cars repossessed, and one of them actually repossessed on Christmas Eve. I went out to get in, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right here.
Yeah, but
and my car was gone.
She got it all back. She got it all back. House out of foreclosure, and put us. It really set us back. A lot of people didn't realize how bad things got. How bad things got.
I mean, I couldn't even afford shoes or clothes, or it was.
It really
bad.
Screwed us up.
It was bad.
And it was because
so
what? Because I was talking
chicken.
about legalizing weed, because I sold chicken wings after 11, because I speak my mind and piss people off, But I've been doing that my whole life, so it's not nothing new to me. But I guess when I came to Trenton and was talking all that crap, they just had to do something to get rid of me.
Crazy. And there's nobody else on our block. There's like businesses that come and go. Nothing can survive here. We're like the only ones that can survive, and we've survived here going on 6 years now. So, I mean, there's nothing here. Everything's coming on. The lady down the street just got beat the crap out of. I don't even know if she got out of the hospital. Lady that owns that bodega.
Yeah, they're trying to sell it.
Yeah, they're trying to sell it.
On
so
this
like
block that we're
block,
in, directly across the street from City Hall, all the businesses on this block have failed. We're like the only ones. We've been here the last 6 years. There's been 3 restaurants down the street. There was a deli. That's what she was talking to. It was a little deli, little bodega type of store down on the end, and somebody attacked the lady who ran it, and she was in the hospital. I don't know what happened, like where her injuries eventually were. I know she was beat up pretty bad.
She got stabbed, right?
Yeah, no, she got just beat up.
Oh yeah, they hit her. Then, she had really bad, like traumatic brain injury. So we haven't heard anything.
And then this, from what I understand, she did get out of jail, out of the hospital.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But they have a for sale sign on the business now, so I guess she's never coming back there. I guess I would never come back if all that happened. Anyway, but now we just entered into a new realm. I got out of jail, and then for the last 2 last 2 years, basically I've been like in this massive civil disobedience. I was telling people, I'm gonna sell weed like I'm white, and I'm
white. I don't sell weed.
And Debbie,
I don't sell weed.
Debbie was like yelling at me when I first was doing it, and she was like, "I'm not getting locked up for you." And I wrote letters to the Attorney General and everybody. I said, "Listen, she's not selling weed. I am." And when I say I'm selling weed like I'm white, I don't really mean like a white person. I'm talking about the way they've written these laws, all these big corporations and this, that, and the other. Like, they're selling weed. Even today, I went to the State Assembly building today, and before the State Judiciary Committee, the Senate Judiciary Committee, there was a whole big discussion. This committee is chaired by Senator Scutari. And basically, I told him this legalization scheme you're putting together is a scheme. It's a scheme to transfer the marijuana market into this new age cannabis industry, what they're creating. They're putting it right smack dab on top of the existing marijuana industry. And I told him it's not going to survive like that unless you include the existing marijuana industry, which is the black market, if you want to use that word. The black market should be legal. The black market should be legal. And there's nothing else, I think, is going to stop it. There's nothing going to stop the marijuana industry.
Well, the people in New Jersey voted no, but they didn't realize what they were voting no for.
No, they voted yes.
I'm sorry. They voted yes is what I meant. So they voted yes to legalization. So they said, yeah, go ahead, Phil Murphy and Scott Rutter and all you stupid people, go ahead and corporatize marijuana. So in the meantime, like, he went to, I don't know, where'd you go? To the Senate?
I went to the State Senate today.
All right. So he went to the State Senate today. So what I'm doing is I'm starting a petition on change.org, and I am demanding that Phil Murphy give me a friggin' license for NJWEEDMAN'S joint. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing it on my own. So you all, like, you look for the link for the change.org petition, because I'm demanding, because we have been here. This is not a new industry coming to New Jersey. We have been here. We've been weed themed. We should have been embraced. We should have been innovators, but we weren't. We were criminals, and he was in jail, and they fucked us up. So I'm demanding that he make restitution. What's the word?
Reparations.
Reparations for him.
Read for reparations.
And I want
give us a
restitution.
license.
No, I'm demanding a license. I'm not even asking you nicely. I want my fucking license. I want it.
Today, before the State Judiciary.
Did you tell him that? I should have went there.
Before the Judiciary Committee today, Senator Scutari I believe, told a big barefaced lie.
Well, he's
as I was saying all the things, I told him the only way you're going to get rid of the black market is to include everybody, and the only way he's going to do that is to get rid of the felon ban, because a lot of people who have been in this marijuana market for a long time, they caught felons, and there was a felony ban. It was a, you know, if you got charges, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't put your name on an application. And the crazy thing is, he said right there in the committee while it was filmed that there was not a felony ban there. And I think numerous people looked around. Even the ACLU lady talked to me afterwards, said she's got to look this up, because he was up there saying that there's no felon ban. And I think what it is, he's been reading some of these stories recently I've been putting out there. All these stories I'm talking about. And people
but he
are
has
talking
always
about
said
it.
that.
And he's, yeah.
And even that big, what it was, a Curaleaf or whoever is coming to Trenton, that guy spent $18 million or something to come here and buy a building, and he said, oh, I don't know if I can hire felons. You don't spend $18 million and not know every single law. But like I said, I want my license, and I can apply for a license, but this is my business partner. So Phil Murphy is preventing me from getting a license, and I'm pinpointing him because that's who I'm going after, because he could easily say, oh, here you go, Deb, here's your license. And I'm not going to stop until I get it. Because why should I? So my business, because it's set up that he's on the paperwork with me, I can't even get it. So I'm demanding with mychange.org. So everybody sign mychange.org, and I'm actually going to put it out. So it's going to be out there that, you know, take the felon ban off, and that I can get my license. Why can't I get it? Why is it that people come from out of state? So they sold out the whole market to out-of-state places too.
I call them cannabaggers, yo.
And wait a minute, I'm gonna name people in my book, because some of you all legal people that are on the thing of legalization. I remember you all sitting on my couch and you were smoking some weed, and that weed was not legal weed. That weed came from NJWEEDMAN. So I'm gonna have you named in my book. So everybody read my book.
Oh Lord! I'm telling you, it's
So
gonna be a
remember who you are. Remember who you are, because you know who you are. I'm telling the truth. So if you're sitting there saying how bad the legal market is, and you want to make sure that you know the black market sells to little children and everything, but that was okay. You know, like I said.
And Debbie, like your occupation, what are you? Tell people what you are.
I am a nurse. I'll tell you my background, because people don't know my background. I'm actually from North Jersey. So I'm from North Jersey, and when I was 16 years old, I dropped out of high school because I didn't have time for that. So I was out, I was doing my thing, having fun, because that's what I did. And I ran into this old hippie dude in New York City, and he gave me a bag of weed. I was like 16. So, you know, like he was trying to make moves and everything. I was like, you know, laugh. So he gave me this big bag of weed. And I was still in school at the time. So in the morning, I would roll up a joint. I didn't want to roll up in front of anybody because I didn't want to look stupid. I didn't want to smoke in front of anybody because I didn't want to look stupid. So I smoked every day, going to school, coming back from school, going to school, goodness. So then I finally realized, I'm like, wow, I'm high, and I really liked it. But I dropped out of high school. I got my GED. I just kind of hung out, kind of, you know, did some, I don't know, couch surfing they call it now. And my sister used to live in like New York City, so there was like a big, you know, like punk thing, and, you know, hanging out. And that's where if you come down to the joint and you see like the decor, like a lot of the stuff I've modeled after different clubs I used to go to when I was a kid. Like the bathroom where you sign your name, or like all the things where the bands put their stuff up. It's like modeled after different places, like Max's Kansas City, CBGB's, like all these places, and they were so much fun back then. But then when I was like 24, I don't know, so I smoked from the time I was 16 till the time I was 24, 25. When I was 24, I went to school, and I went to school to be an LPN. So I got my LPN. Then I went back to school to a ladder program. I got my 2-year nursing degree in a year. And then I got pregnant with my oldest daughter, Amanda. So I didn't get high, I didn't do anything for like the longest time. I went back to school. I have 2 more undergraduate degrees. I have a BSN, and I also have a Bachelor's of Science Criminal Justice Administration.
She has all these letters behind her name.
So I have all these letters, and I put them on
How she
there
ended up with me, I don't know.
I put them on here because sometimes he gets mad. So yeah.
I don't get mad.
I have like.
Why would I get mad?
Seriously. So,
I don't get
but
mad.
the thing is that nobody takes you serious unless you have 25 fucking letters after your name. I'm the same person I was when I dropped out of high school. I'm saying the same shit that I am with 25 letters after my name. It just cost me a whole bunch of money, and I got a bunch of student loans that I can't pay. But anyhow, you know, I worked as a nurse. I had my kids and everything, and then I didn't even smoke weed, but I've always been like a person that
So
has
she
been
went
in
like
favor.
20-something years without smoking.
I went 27 years, and when I smoked, we actually had a shirt made because the first time I smoked again was with Dan Corvino, and I made the shirts. I smoked with Dan Corvino, not even with you.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it was a while before she smoked with me. And then she doesn't smoke with me no more either. She only smoked a couple
I don't
of
like to smoke. I like to.
She doesn't really smoke.
And I'm gonna let me preface this. I am a medical patient in the state of New Jersey. I have been for 6 years. When you didn't have to buy a card, you know, I actually got it through insurance and everything because I have problems with my back and stuff. But I actually like to eat stuff, so I like the edibles. I like the feeling of that, like the body high. And then if you eat and you smoke on top of it. But I never fuck with anybody's edibles. But back in the day, you know, people would make like hash brownies, and you'd be all fucked up, and they'd be writing Sharpie all over you. So I never like fuck with anybody's edibles. I fuck with my own though. So and people like I was like.
Now this place that we created, okay? We created this place, okay, both of us. Now, we've incorporated a lot of things, and our little business plan, I think is a model of the future. I really do. When I see
I think so.
what they propose to do to make these corporate places where you just come buy a little bit of weed and it's in a bag and it's sealed up and you can't touch it, you can't smoke it, you can't hang out there, you can't do that. That's not the model that potheads want. That's not the model that the average guy wants. I mean, we want more like lounges, more like Amsterdam coffee houses, more like, you know, the places in LA. You come there, you can buy your weed. Here, you can come here, you get your chicken wings or whatever, our food. We have a nice little restaurant next door. We have a little lounge here. We have a patio and a courtyard in the background, in the backyard.
And we still do stuff outside. I mean, like, we're restricted because of COVID,
here.
but
We have different events here. We have comedy nights on Wednesdays. We have Grateful Dead
yoga.
events. We have yoga. I mean, imagine that. Last week we had an event called Bend and Blaze, and it was a yoga event. You know, we have Grateful Dead people come here.
Yeah, Sugar Magnolia Sundays. I miss that most of all. Not just the Grateful Dead. I miss the music.
Yeah, because of COVID, things changed a little bit.
It changed a lot. We used to have like a really good time. The place would be like packed, and I just miss the music. That's one thing. I miss my mom too.
Hey, Brian Woolsey says, I love watching your cooking videos.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, Debbie's always cooking online.
I was up till 5 o'clock in the morning, and then this one has the nerve to say to me, why didn't I make caramels while his ass was snoring upstairs? But like some of the stuff I have to sit there and like you like have to stand there. Like for that stuff I had to stand there for like an hour.
Hey Al, what's this about, man? You're supposed to be my boy. What you talking about? Look, I don't know if y'all can see it, but Al is chiming in and talking about when you write a book, he can tell you a few things I did years ago.
Okay.
Like, no.
We'll have the preface. You can write the preface.
No, we're not doing that.
Maybe there'll be a part 2.
It's bad enough. It's bad enough. She's gonna try to out me on all kinds of stuff.
I'm
that
not
happened.
outing. Everybody knows.
She's gonna say I did this, I did that. She's gonna say everything. I don't want to see this book, to be honest with you. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I'm not encouraging this.
I'm only speaking the truth.
I
always speak the truth. I don't lie. I don't lie. On my son's life, I am not a liar. Like, I'm a person that is just like...
We're not going to get into
I'm not a
personal
liar.
stuff here.
You keep bringing up personal stuff.
No, I'm just saying. Well,
we were talking about the cooking show.
And yes, I do remember you, Hindenburg. How are you? I remember you.
Wait a minute. Do you have a story for the book? Who's that? You just
Yeah, well, I used to live in Brown's Mills, and
oh, dear Lord.
And I was really into CBs and all that stuff. I used to talk on the CB, and there was a lot of people in the area that talked on the CBs, and she had a CB, and we used to all like talk and meet at 7-Eleven and smoke. Listen, where she's from is Brown's Mills. I lived there for a few years. It's out in the woods. It's out in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, next to Fort Dix. And
oh my God, yeah, hold on.
I guess it was kind of like some entertainment. But I got into CBs, man. When I was a kid, my grandfather had CBs, and I just always have had CBs. I was a truck driver, always had. I got a CB in my Weedmobile outside.
Movies too, like
Smokey and the Bandit.
What was the other one? You know, 10-4
Truckers,
and all that stuff.
Convoy. Yeah, it was all the movies.
It was a big
then.
thing, like even the little 45 records. Remember?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not from there. I'm actually from a town from Madison, New Jersey. Thank you. Shout out.
Yeah. Hey, I see somebody from Florida Stephanie, I see Stephanie Jackson. She says use the power of weed and aspirin. Stephanie's from New Jersey, but I think she lives in Georgia now.
Weed and aspirin?
I don't know what that was about, but all right.
He doesn't know what that means. You got to clarify.
What does weed and aspirin mean? I don't know. Is that a new version of Cialis or something?
That must be something in. That must be that chapter will be in the book too.
Oh, we're gonna have a Cialis chapter.
Keep talking. Now he said he didn't want me to talk about anything personal. And he's like sitting there outing himself.
No, I'm not. I was just talking about
my book sales are going to be really high now because everybody's going to be like,
no,
I want to read the
don't read her book.
Chapter.
Don't read her book. If you love me, don't read her book.
If you love him, read the book.
She's getting ready to pull out all this dirt on me. Yo, what's the name of your book? She is writing a book. Every once in a while she'll say, I did another chapter.
You don't want people to know.
No.
You shouldn't do stuff. Like, you could write a book. My life is an open book. My life is an open book. Anybody knows me from wherever, come tell a story because, like, God love you. I've never done anything that, I could, whatever.
I think when she writes this book, it's going to be the end of our relationship, to be honest with you. The date that it publishes.
But living through this book didn't end the relationship.
I think you're going to throw so much dirt on me. I'm going to be so upset.
Stop.
I'm going to have to keep on moving.
Stop. Now, we can't talk about personal things. He keeps talking about personal
All
things.
right, we're going to get off of that. Natural medicine.
So what was it? Aspirin is a natural?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Where are we going to go right from here? All right? Where are we going to go?
We were talking about the joint. So anyhow, the way that the recreational was proposed too is that when the recreational facilities come in, you can buy your weed there, but then you can't leave there. You have to smoke at their lounge. So in other words, you're too stupid to take your stuff to another place without dying.
No, that's not how it was.
No, but that's the way they
They're saying that if you have... They can't have lounges. The only time you can have a lounge if it's a connected
affiliated with the dispensary.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Right.
So I mean
you can take it somewhere else and smoke it.
So anyhow, I mean, no, but I'm saying that you
only
can't
have
hang
a lounge.
out. Yeah, you have to.
You can only have a
so
lounge.
So people couldn't buy at a legal
dispensary.
spot and come to our lounge. So we would be out of it anyhow. But like they're saying that the lounge has to be affiliated with a dispensary. Right. So if we're a lounge, a cannabis lounge, we couldn't be because we're not affiliated with a dispensary because you're not recognized as a dispensary, right?
Right. But I will tell y'all people, this place right here, if you ask me, this is the wave of the future. We done lasted 6 years. Right now, well actually we're at 5.5 years. 6 years to be in April. But we lasted 5.5 years. It's been a rough road. I think right now, my civil disobedience of selling weed like I'm white has helped us. There's been a lot of people who come in here now. The whole idea of the COVID shutdown things, and Phil Murphy put out this whole directive basically saying that the ATCs, the alternative treatment centers that sell medical marijuana, were what do you call it? Essential businesses. And I was so pissed at that. I was like, no, ATCs aren't essential. Marijuana is essential. So I made this big fuss and said I was going to start selling weed too, and I was essential. I was going to be providing 420 essentials, and it's kind of worked out. The police haven't come.
We've had
I keep thinking, and the restaurant is now booming. At first, I mean, we've been struggling. When COVID first hit, we thought we were going to go out of business. I mean, nobody was coming, nothing. And it took a little while, a couple weeks. But you know what happened? Things like Uber Eats and
all the deliveries.
Yeah, all the delivery companies. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. Yeah. People started buying. Food like that, and we started surviving again, and
we could just put
making
like
a couple dollars.
Even the stash spot, like we have a counter for the stash spot because all the smoke shops closed too. Mm-hmm. But we have that in the kitchen, so we were able to even keep up with that. So I mean, we've been lucky. Because I don't know, like
I don't think it's quite luck. I think we were ballsy.
But what I'm saying is, with COVID, we were lucky. We were lucky because I don't know how people, like, when they shut down, like, the city, like, I'm an essential worker, I'm a nurse, so I've been working in the tri-state area. There's so much work for me because everybody's home. But people that didn't get a paycheck, like, that whole time, like, how did they survive? Like, how did they survive? And like now, like I know I can buy like a lot of used equipment and stuff, and everybody's on the marketplace. I'm like buying stuff every day because like so many places closed down. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So in that sense, we were lucky, you know. In the other sense, we were ballsy. But in that sense, like you couldn't outball COVID.
Not until 7 o'clock, man. I'm on the show.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter how ballsy you are with COVID.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to wear their mask. And you know when I say this, and like, you know, I gotta hear it, I'm a bitch and I'm a this and I'm a that. If you come into the place, I don't care, like, you gotta like put like a mask on, like if you come in the kitchen, because like there's people that are immunosuppressed. My son is like really, really very sickly. He's severely disabled. I adopted him when he was 3 from Children's Specialized Hospital, and he's 14 now. I mean, he'll die if he gets the flu. If he gets the flu, he'll get really sick. You know, he could die. If he gets COVID, he will definitely die. He's been home. His father helps me take care of him. He's been home like for this whole thing. Like even with the school, we never let him back. And now there's 4 people in his school. Now another one that you know has COVID. So you just don't know. Like, so why take the chance? You know, wash your hands, and I got alcohol wipes and everything. But everybody's got to like, you know, protect everybody. You got to look out for everybody else. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, if you can prevent one person from suffering and dying, and I used to work at a PICU, and I saw people die, little kids die of things that they didn't have to die from. You only have to see that once. I saw that for 5 years, practically every day. And that's why I am the way I am. And whatever. I mean, I am the way I am. That's just,
no.
Should I just say I don't give a fuck? That's just what I am, and I'm just like not going to change.
Hey, I'm watching the comments. Someone's asking, how can I watch your cooking show?
I do Facebook Lives from the Joint page.
Joint page.
Yeah, so the Joint page.
So follow the Joint page.
Yeah, follow the Joint page.
And she does Facebook Lives, but she's at home with a camera, and she's filming her cooking.
Yeah, I filmed. I actually just made some oil, some fully extracted cannabis oil, and like I said, everything. I never did any of this before COVID. This was my COVID project because I was locked in the house. So I never.
But she's
did
that good at it.
But it's like super simple.
Her caramels that she makes are great.
Good, yeah.
She makes these.
Everybody loves the
I don't
butter.
even know what them things are called again. The boysenberry, or what is it called?
I make cereal bars.
Cereal
now
bar.
Here's my thing. The base to the cereal bar, the marshmallow is all the same. But then I'll get like, if I see something. So I make the Fruity Pebbles. I make Captain Crunch, the Oops All Berries. I made Sour Patch Kids. I made Jolly Ranchers. And he's like, just make the damn Rice Krispie ones. I've never made the Rice Krispie ones, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But I feel like, you know, if you like them, the base is the same. So just try them. Like I make the Cinnamon Toast Crunch ones, those s'mores. Like they were good. So, and it tastes so good. You know, because you ate the cupcakes I made, and then you were like, "What the? You didn't know."
See, I'm one of these people though. Oh, excuse me.
Everything's gotta be the same.
As much as I smoke weed, I don't eat much because when I eat edibles, it just puts me to sleep. Sometimes I'm high. I'll get high, but then after that, I crash and I sleep hard, and I don't remember my dreams or nothing. I don't remember nothing. I just lay out, and it's like you just wake up like, oh shit, I was asleep for 8 hours, you know, like. So anyway, she makes all these edibles, and she gets mad at me because I don't want to eat them, like because they put me to sleep.
I didn't say eat them. I said taste them, because like the caramels tasted just like Werther's caramels. Like you could taste like a little hint of like weed in there, and they were so good. Even like the cupcakes, he ate 2 of the cupcakes, 3 of the cupcakes, and then he ate a Rice Krispie treat, a little the one I made like the pumpkins.
Oh, wait a minute.
Were these infused?
Wait a minute. Rolling that Snow OG right now. You got that Snow OG from here, right? Hanif? Takes a couple seconds.
Oh.
But, yeah, no, I don't. Her edibles are great, but I can't do that.
But anyhow, whenever the spirit moves is when I do it. So I don't actually have anything to do. I can make some butter maybe but I'm not doing it tonight. I'm not doing it tomorrow. I'm actually going to the Jersey Shore tomorrow. I think I'm going to go check out the Jersey Shore.
Okay. All right, so listen. Usually at about this point in the show, the last 15 minutes of the show, I go over to the counter and I sell weed to somebody. But you're not buying
that
weed.
would be really fucked up if you sold weed to me.
I can't sell weed. I can't sell weed.
You
First of all,
would-
you
you
just
would
go grab it.
Shit.
She got my keys. She can just go grab it if she really
And that's
wanted
one thing
to.
I never do. But I'll tell you a weed
She
story.
doesn't. She doesn't really smoke.
I'm
So
gonna tell you a weed
selling
story.
her weed.
Let me tell a weed story.
She's not gonna buy it.
So like I have people, obviously when I go places, people give me weed and they're like, oh, I got this weed. So I take this weed and I always say to him, and I'm like, oh, you want to smoke some of this weed? Oh, I'm not smoking none of that, Reggie. I'm not smoking none of that bullshit. And I'll take the weed and I will go to the jars and I'll take stuff out of his jars and I'll put it in a bag and I'm like, oh, Ed, look at this weed I got. I don't want none of that Reggie dispensary shit your friends gave me. And I'm like, but it's your weed. So that's my weed story. So that's the weed connoisseur.
Yeah, but anyway, people, so I wanted to give a formal introduction to Debbie here at the show.
And did people meet Modi Mo?
A lot of
Actually,
people.
Modi Mo's coming up on the anniversary too.
Yeah, we found him last January, right?
Last January.
Yeah.
People want you to talk trucking also.
Trucking.
Yeah, you got some guy who wants to talk.
Well, who is it?
AWOL 2 times.
AWOL. I don't remember who AWOL is, but he must be a trucker that, you know, listen, I used to be a trucker for years. People used to wonder, how's this guy get to talk about all this weed all the time and this, that, and the other? Where's he work? Well, I had my own truck, and trust me, I bought my own truck in the 90s, so I ain't had to pee in a cup. You know what I mean? Like, if I had a trucking, if I worked for a trucking company, they'd have piss test me. I wouldn't have lasted. As soon as I started talking about weed, they would have fired me. So, but I had my own truck.
But you don't have to. There isn't a state regulation for owner
it
operators.
is. If you're an owner operator,
Do you have to test?
if you own your own company, all trucking companies, whether it's a little one or a big one, they have to test their drivers, 13% of their drivers a year, right? So if it was just really mostly me. A couple times I hired other drivers and I had 2 trucks for a little while, but basically it was just me and my one truck. So I would know when I was going to take my piss test.
Okay.
So I don't know, sometimes I got my kids pissed, sometimes I put it in a bottle and put it in my, whatever. I would warm it up in a microwave and stick it in my pants and use the thermometer, and when it got down around 100, then I would run into the place and then act like I have to go to the bathroom right now. I need to go now, and then I would pour it into the cup in the bathroom.
The truck driver? I got a question
I can't
too
see
for
his
like
name
truck
over
drivers.
there.
If this dude is a truck driver. And I heard that like truck drivers really miss the little kids going like this. Why does no little kids do that anymore? For them to blow the horn. When I was a kid, we'd all pile into the back of the station wagon. Now I'm showing how old I am. And you go like this, and the truck drivers would beep the horn. And some truck drivers said that the other day they really missed the kids doing that, like an older dude. Like, why don't they do that anymore? If anybody knows.
I don't know why.
I'm gonna do it.
But I remember when you know why too? Wait a minute. First of all, there was all those shows, those trucking shows in the 70s, where in the trucking show they would do that. They'd blow the horn. So kids our age, we did that. We see a truck and we go like this.
Yes, and it was like a big thing to be
horn.
like a truck driver. Like you'd be like, truck driver, and everybody all excited.
Yeah, exactly. But a couple of things happen with trucks. First of all, a lot of trucks are automatic and everything now. They're electric trucks. They got horns where you push the buttons like that. They still have air horns, but like you said, people don't really use those. They use that. So the motion now, that whole motion was for truck drivers with air
and
horns.
It
used to be a string.
Yeah,
it was a big air horn on the top.
Yeah.
And you would pull the string and it would blow. Now,
so if I did that to a truck driver now that's like say in his 20s, he's gonna just think that I'm like some kind of retard.
I don't know if he'll think you're a retard. Maybe he'll know.
This old lady got Alzheimer's.
But it's not the same as it used to be, Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's saying kids aren't taught that. Yeah, because, when we were kids,
we gotta bring
your
that
parents
back.
would say, your parents would be like, look, there's a truck driver, make him blow the horn. And they'd be like, all right, blow the horn.
My parents didn't say that.
I can remember my dad
brother would yell at us when we did that.
Yeah. No, listen, my dad
scared
my dad
of
owned a dump truck. When I was a little kid, right around when I was 10, I guess, 9 or 10, my dad bought a dump truck. And he was a jump, and I love jumping at a dump truck. I love pulling the horn.
Those
so I
are
knew
really
about
unstable too. They flip over all the time.
Well, that's about lewd. That's about lewds.
Yeah.
So you're right, Helen. I don't think kids are taught that no more. too much anymore because I don't
We
even
gotta
see
bring that
kids.
back.
I've seen kids on the side of the road and trucks ride by and they don't pay no attention to trucks.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal
Yeah,
anymore.
when we were kids, man, you see a truck coming
It was
by,
like
you'd
such
be
a big deal,
You
yeah.
try to get the truck to blow the horn.
Yeah, if they were like speeding by or like you would see them.
Right.
That's like really,
I
that's strange.
remember even in the car, riding down the highway, you pass a truck, and all the kids
Yes,
were going like this
yep.
out the window. And I can remember in the 90s, kids did it when I was trucking. Kids would do it. Not that many, but kids did it. When I drove really all the way until 2007. And by 2007, it really, I didn't get that much.
So there's no
That's kind of weird.
I'm going to do it on the way home. Let's do it.
Yeah, now it's a loader, the brake, yeah, I see.
So that's what it is then. So there's no, so we should bring that back. I mean, you know what? I'm going to include
Crystal
that.
says she used to do that. Hey, Crystal.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Everybody did. I want to include that on my petition for Phil Murphy to bring back to when he gives us our license. I want to be one of those horns on top of the joint. Let's do that.
Oh, wait a minute. Her husband drives, and she says the kids still do that.
Oh, do they still do it?
I don't know. I'd never seen it.
Because there was
no
a truck
more.
driver, and that's what he was saying. The thing that he missed the most was the kids doing like this here. And as you see, like nobody's beeping the horn, and I never see it when I'm driving. Like even the turnpike, there's like all the trucks, and I'm on the road like when the trucks are out too, like in the night and in the day, and you never see it.
No, I don't see kids doing it though.
Yeah, wow. All right.
All right, so I don't know where we going. I don't know how we got on the trucking.
Well, because it was a truck driver that, and I had to ask the question.
Yeah,
What's it
yeah.
like?
Yeah, what does it say?
Well, you're not technically in the marijuana industry, but like, what's it? Well, you are, but like, what's it like being a woman in the marijuana industry?
Oh, that's what's
Let
in
me
my
tell you
head.
this, and I just got into it with this person on Instagram. I started this business with him 5 years ago, and did all the stuff that I do and wholesaling and all buying everything. And I did it with like all my clothes on. Like women can be like bosses in an industry. You don't have to be naked and have 2 marijuana buds on your tits or like pussy and everything. Like you don't have to be like that. But like when you see it, and you never see some good looking naked guy. Like I look through all the things. I never see some naked guy like looking good. I never see that. You never see no dick pics. You never see any of that 420. You only see women. So maybe I can petition Chris Christie. Listen to what I said. All I can petition Phil Murphy for that too. Because
maybe I can
it's
go
very,
into that line of business.
It's very misogynistic. Oh, Ed. Okay. All right, so Ed's going to be the first model. Maybe we can do a calendar, but you never see men, so it's a very misogynistic.
Women, do y'all want to see naked men and weed?
Yes. And if you think that women don't want to look like a nice looking dude, you know, like if some dude hit you with a dick pic in your inbox, come on, all right, we're all going to look. And I'm just being honest. But what I'm saying is that it's very misogynistic. So people will come into the joint. People will come into the joint and they walk up to him and they introduce themselves to him. And I'm standing there like, okay, well, you know.
But it is called NJWEEDMAN'S joint.
It doesn't matter.
So if they...
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
And then like if they want to book like, oh, I want to book this, you know, and I did all that, and they'll talk to me. Oh, blah, 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 I do this, I do. And then all of a sudden they're talking to him saying, oh, you know, if you need anything. Well, I know that I'm not going to need you now because like you could have asked me. So...
But
when
look,
I say
Debbie
that,
does all the bookings, so if anybody's watching,
and I do all the wholesaling for the
she
CBD.
does a lot. She does a lot of the background.
I got all the wholesalers. I do like all the stuff.
I'm kind of the face and this and that, and the target and all that type of stuff. But Debbie does do a lot.
Well, you do your
She
weed
does
thing.
all
I don't do
all
your
the
weed thing.
bookings.
But what I'm saying is
for
that
the shows, the events, she knows which bands to
but
talk
it's
to,
been
which
like
acts to talk to.
it's like a partnership. What I'm saying is that it's a partnership, but in the industry, it's very misogynistic. That's all I'm going to say. And if you don't know what that word means, then look it up because I learned it when I came to Trenton. And you don't think it like I'm 56 years old, so I come from a time when women weren't in every industry. Like women were like teachers, women were like nurses. You know, okay, I'm a nurse. Women weren't in like say there's a lady that comes here, she's 82, she's an editor. They weren't in that business, so I have that appreciation for anybody who was the first one to break into industry and to be taken seriously. I mean, sure, you know, anybody can lay there naked, but you're not being taken seriously, and it doesn't empower you. You know, it doesn't. Women need to empower other women. So it's.
Al said he'll model some weed for
Okay,
you.
Al. All right, Al. So we'll get you like 3 pieces of weed. I'll strategically place them.
Well, some people need 5 pieces or 1 piece.
Or like a big bud. Okay, so we'll get a big bud. Listen, I don't want to get into it. But okay, so hit the inbox, with the pictures because and then we'll make a calendar.
Listen, don't inbox me with no damn pictures like that. Inbox her. She wants to see.
I didn't say I wanted to see it.
That's what it sounded like.
I said I'm not unhappy if somebody hits you with a nice dick pic in my inbox.
I don't want to know about that. Now, when you get flooded, your inbox gets flooded with dick pics.
I said
don't be complaining.
a nice picture.
I don't know.
But
hey, listen, y'all.
We can put a calendar together.
And Al, you better not do it. Al, you better not. I know you. And if you send a dick pic to my girl, I'm going to be upset.
Listen,
Stop encouraging this.
I'm going to get listen, we got like big buds in the backyard. I don't know how big I'm going to need them, but we got buds in the backyard, and we could just do that there. And
No.
we can do that. But anyhow, see what I'm talking about. Now, listen, wait a minute. If I was talking about some girl posing naked, he'd be like, all right, let me go cut down the plants. I'll get them ready. 2 leaves and a thing. So that's what I'm saying. But anyhow, I just kind of like laugh it off. But sometimes it irritates me because like I put in a lot of work here, like a lot of work, and like, oh my god, like, I just laugh about it now.
She
like,
pretty much remodels everything every couple weeks.
And he yells while I do it.
Yeah, sometimes.
He hates everything I do, and
sometimes
then I do
I say no at first, and then
he
later.
He says no every time I do it,
yeah.
and then I just do it, and then he likes it. So.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about the food a little bit. George Duncan, I think that's how you say it. Yes, he says he got some shrimp and grits and some Larry Bird. You know, shrimp and grit. Listen, we have a song. Rico's probably watching too. I saw he said something earlier. Rico made a song. And he's from Browns Mills too. Rico made a song. Our new theme song is 8 ounces and chicken wings. You know, so we do have food here.
And he did a nice job with that.
Yes, we do have food here. It's not just only marijuana here.
And the food is good.
Yeah.
I always get like a chicken cheese steak or like chicken and waffles, but everything I've had is good. So, I mean, it's good. I'm not just saying that. Like, you know, I'll actually wait to eat to come down here as opposed to like, you know, hit the Wendy's or McDonald's. And not just because it's free. I'm paying for it anyhow, but, I mean, it's good. The food is good. So, I mean, you got to come down, you got to eat. Because sometimes, and the food is not infused either. It's not infused.
All right, you want to know what his name is? His name is Mota. Mota, like
Mota Man.
Like speck of weed.
Like Weedman. His name is Little Weedman.
Yeah, little tiny piece of weed. Mota.
Speck. It's Mexican slang. So when he came there, I said we should name him Mota Man.
Yeah, we just found him too.
And I actually took him to the vet one time, and I guess the lady that brought him in, like she must have been Spanish because she said, "What's the dog's name?" And I said, "His name is Mota Man," and she just cracked up laughing. So she knew what his name meant. So he's the Little Weed Man. But he's the killer, so if you ever come, don't stick your hand out to this dog.
Yeah, he bites everybody. We have 2 pit bulls
so
and this Chihuahua. Right now, you see I can pet him and this, that, and the other and all that. But most people can't pet him.
I probably couldn't pet him right now either.
He bites everybody.
He'd probably bite me if I
And for some reason, when I'm holding him, he even snaps at her. Yeah. Like when y'all saw when he was over there, I could reach over and touch him and play with him. But she can't do it back.
Or if I get up really early in the morning, like if I go to Connecticut, I leave at 4:30 in the morning, and if he doesn't want to get up, I got to wrestle him with a pillow because he'll attack me.
Yeah, he don't bother me like that. I don't know, maybe I yell at him or something. Nah.
And then you hit him that time and he was like all sad, remember?
Yeah.
He was like all indignant.
Yeah,
he gets
one
his
time
hurt.
he bit me one time. And yeah, I scared the crap out of him. After that,
he was like all depressed.
He walked around with his head down for like all day long, wouldn't come near me.
Yeah,
but then after that, he's never bitten me again.
I don't know if
I don't know about that LED light stock. At least not in Jersey yet. You know, there are certain parts of the country that soon as they soon as they legalized it. Like I was in California when there was this massive amount of horticultural stores and hydro stores opened up. So that was a good investment. But right here in Jersey, they're not proposing any home grow. So I don't know.
Yeah, so all the people home growing, they already got their LEDs. So.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I think we're gonna end the show right about now. Debbie, you got anything to say? Direct people to your show. To be honest with you, know what I was trying to tell her to do? I was telling her what she should do is we should do a podcast of her cooking show. Right in the kitchen, cameras following her around from pot to pot, pan to pan, from mixing bowl to mixing bowl, and that's what we should do. And at some point, we might do it. You know,
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Yeah, but anyway, until then.
Oh, wait a minute. Look for my change.org. I mean, you guys think I'm playing, but I am actually putting out a change.org petition to Phil Murphy. Give me my fucking license. I'll word it a little nicer. I'm demanding a license, but you know the long and short of it is, give me my fucking license. I want to be in the weed industry. I'm tired of, like, me and him are always standing on the outside looking in, and everybody's got all this money, and we're standing there all poor and broke. Why?
Yeah, but hey, listen, we're hustling.
I know, but
we're hustling.
I'm not hustling my way into a jail cell either.
I
want my fucking license.
We've been fighting to survive, and here we are.
So anyhow, Phil Murphy can help me. Phil
here.
Murphy can hand me a license. He can say, okay, it's okay that you got a felon for a partner. Here you go. Here's your license. You've been here all this time. You've been trying to make Trenton a better place to be, and here you go. So Phil Murphy can do that for me, and I'll thank him. Thank you, Phil Murphy. Thank you. Say hi to Chris Christie. At least Chris Christie acknowledged us. Phil Murphy's never even said your name.
No.
He's never said our name.
As ironic as that is, all that crap talking I did to Chris Christie, he went back and forth with me.
He did go back and forth.
And he kind of liked me. I've seen him. There was a few times I've seen him that
but
there was
Phil
no
Murphy,
cameras around. He still spoke.
Phil Murphy never acknowledged you. And I'm not, like I said, I don't want to be a conspiracy nut, but all the time when Phil Murphy was campaigning, I'm going to legalize weed, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and having all his hearings, he made sure he was locked in a cage.
And I'm not going to be a conspiracy nut.
Whatever, I'm just putting it out there. That's what happened.
Other politicians did. The Mercer County prosecutor, Stephanie Katz, for instance.
But anyhow,
she did.
When all that shit was going down and weed was coming to Trenton and all those Senate hearings, you were locked in a cage.
Yeah.
So fuck Phil Murphy. Watch him come in, arrest me, I'll walk outside. Yeah, I'll put my link up for my commissary.
All right.
Make sure you'll write to me.
All right, so there you go.
Wait a minute. Let's do events that are coming up.
This week's show,
Can we
there's no outside guest. There's Debbie, my partner, the guest. And then I tell you what, next week we have I forget who it is. It's a music guy next week. But tune in every week. We have a different guest. Yes, every week we have a different guest. Listeners, I want you guys to tune in to Debbie's cooking show. At some point, we're going to start podcasting it just like this. But she randomly does the show, and she posts it
I do when the spirit moves me.
Yeah, she posted on the Facebook page.
I do it Facebook Live, so everybody can watch.
So watch NJWEEDMAN'S Facebook page.
NJWEEDMAN'S joint.
Yeah, NJWEEDMAN'S joint, the Facebook page. Yeah, not mine. Sorry about it. NJWEEDMAN'S joint is where she posted. Somebody says Debbie for governor.
Yeah, right? I'm not a felon, and I got no skeletons in my closet. I can just say, yeah, as if I would do something like that. Because back when I did shit, there was no cameras. There was no screenshots. There was no nothing. I'm not a fool. So all I got to say is as if I would do something like that. Because a couple of people could probably step up and say that they did this, that, and the other thing. I'd be like, yeah, as if I would do something like that with somebody like you. So there you go. But anyhow, can I say what's coming up at the joint this weekend?
Go ahead.
All right, so we got a rap battle with Craig. That's on the 14th.
Yes,
that's
the
on
14th
Saturday.
we have a rap battle.
Craig,
actually,
you out there watching?
Actually, it's a
it's a beat battle.
It's a beat battle.
It's a beat battle.
So there's a bunch of DJs coming.
Oh my God, yes.
And they're
going to
be playing their beats, and they're going to have like a beat contest.
And if they're anything like Craig, I mean, Craig is awesome. I mean, it's awesome. So, I'm not saying that because I'm saying it because it's true. Like, he actually performed when we first opened, and he is, like, awesome. And then we got the Juggling Suns on the 15th. That's our Sugar Magnolia Sundays. And remember, it's early because we're old, and it starts at 2 o'clock, so we don't freeze to death.
2 o'clock on Sunday.
2
we have
o'clock
the
on
Juggling
Sunday,
Suns, which is a
Grateful
Dead cover band. It's cool music. And listen, I gotta tell you something. Who smokes more? I ask her. Who smokes more? Reggae people or Grateful Dead people?
Deadheads?
Deadheads or yes.
Well, Deadheads do acid too.
And mushrooms, yes.
And mushrooms. Do reggae people?
Reggae people do weed.
Reggae people
pretty much just only weed. But we haven't had a reggae event here in a while. Even though every Friday night we do play reggae music all night, and we do crab night all night on Friday nights. But
if somebody's got a reggae band, but not big, it can't be 17 people because then that's our whole COVID restriction right there. Usually the bands are too big.
Right. So if you want to come to an event here, Friday nights, if you ask me, are great nights. Nice chill night, reggae music playing. We have crab nights. You know, I think
that's cannabis and crabs.
Yeah,
right?
Cannabis and crabs. So I think Friday night is a good day to come chill
and there is cannabis
and relax.
and
Yes,
crabs.
cannabis and crabs. When you check on the Saturdays, it's kind of different. You know, who knows? This weekend, like I said, we got a beat battle here, which is going to be interesting. We have never had one of those before. We've had rappers
and he's got like vendors and stuff coming, so we'll have like vendors.
So it's going to be a lot of
so
people here Saturday. So come on.
We got the side. We're going to open everything, and then Sunday is our
Grateful Dead band. On Sundays we do the Sugar Magnolia series, the Sunday things. Hindenburg, y'all gotta come show up. She's a deadhead. You gotta come show up here on a Sunday one day and
so Sunday, and then we're probably like running out of then on the
and Hanif, I do want to have a dance hall event. When I was in LA, I had dance hall events. I actually had this guy. He's called ED. The dance hall king used to perform at my place.
We have a dance hall. We have LGBTQ Vogue night, and that's every.
Not dance
but
hall.
What I'm saying is that
dance hall is a form of reggae music.
All right, but what I'm saying is that we have a Vogue night that we didn't mention.
That's something totally different.
And we also have yoga. And if you think like yoga, I'm gonna tell you, if you people think that yoga is easy to do, there was a lady there and she was like my age and she fell out from yoga. It was a good thing I was a nurse and I could help her. But so yoga is not for the faint of heart. If I did it, I'd die.
So this is the only show, this is the only episode where at the end of the show I didn't sell.
You better give me
some weed.
He'll give me some weed.
Anyway, peace, people. We're out of here.
Peace.
NJ Weedman show is done. Get off the cannabis. Get on the cannabis. Until next week, peace. We have a couple special guests. We actually might do 2 guests next week. We had another guest tonight, but they canceled. So, next week we might have 2.
They took his daughter's last name, I bring it out of the dark. 420 up in Philly, Independence Park. That's where the people get together and they spoke from the heart. He's on a quest to change the name into Peace Pie Park. Brothers and sisters gather round, let the session start. He spoke a joint at the courthouse, he wanted to fight. They took him away in shackles and refused his invite. They asked him for DNA, he said, get it off your lips. You can kiss my ass, you bureaucratic punk kids. Excuse me while I light my spliff. Oh Lord, I wanna take a lift. Now who's this? NJWEEDMAN'S. Yo, he ready to lead for his people and his beliefs. Yo, he ready to bleed. Roll up a Dutch mask up with a handful of trees. Take a token, they'll bag you. We supposed to be free. Home of the brave. Shit, this the home of the slave. Only have room for 2 verses. This the end of the page. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. It's the New Jersey Weedman. Puffin' Mary Jane doing this thing. Ain't nobody fooling this thing. And it's never gonna change. He's too clever for him, man. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. It's the New Jersey Weedman. Puffin' Mary Jane doing this thing. Ain't nobody fooling this thing. He's too clever for him, man. And it's never gonna change. Big up another level sound. Luna Productions. Crazy Entertainment. 7D.
We got blunts, got lots of chicken, got mac and cheese, 8 ounces in the kitchen. You try smoke, I'm down. You try eat. Hell, now let me show everybody now where we be. Yo, where you be at? We at the joint, what? The Weedman's joint. Who? If your mama stole your stash, come along. Got what you want, got what you need. That's right. Shake your wings to fry the world of weed. Yo, where is this place? 322 East State Street, Trenton, New Jersey. Come smoke and eat with us.